This theory was developed by Drude and Lawrence during the period 1900 and 1904. This is also known as Drude-Lawrence theory. This theory was developed rightly after the discovery of electrons. In this theory, Drude and Lawrence used classical ideas to explain the phenomena exhibited by metals. Let's go through the physical properties of metals. Metals are characterized by some common physical properties. They show great physical strength, they have high density, they have high electrical and thermal conductivities. Near absolute zero, the resistivity of certain material tends towards zero. This phenomenon is known as superconductivity. The conductivity of the metals also varies in the presence of magnetic field, and this effect is known as magnetoresistance. At room temperature, the molar specific heat of any solid element is 3 R. This law is known as de Long-Petit law, and most of the metallic conductors obey Ohm's law. Metals achieve structural stability by letting their valence electron roam freely through the crystal lattice. And these valence electrons are no longer attached to a particular ion but belongs to the whole crystal. From the figure, we can see that it can move readily from one ion to its neighbor and then the other and so on. These conduction electrons are assumed to be free according to Drude-Lawrence model. And these mobile electrons can carry an electric current under the action of an electric field. We can calculate the number of conduction electrons from the valence of the metal and its density. Small n is equal to Z into rho into capital N divided by capital M, where Z is equal to atomic valency. The value of Z is equal to 1 for monovalent metal like copper, gold, silver, etc. The value of Z is equal to 2 for divalent metal. Example, zinc, cadmium, magnesium, etc. Rho is equal to density and N is equal to Avogadro number. Capital M is equal to atomic weight. Drude assumptions. Drude made use of laws of classical statistics, that is Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution, kinetic theory of gas and equipartition of energy to describe the dynamics of electron motion in a crystal lattice. According to this theory, a metal consists of electrons which are moved randomly in between the positive ion sites in crystal lattice, just like molecules of a gas in a container. These free electrons made collisions with immobile positive ions and with other electrons. According to this model, the potential arises due to the interaction between the positive ions and electron is neglected. The electron-electron interaction is also neglected in this model. So, the potential energy is taken as 0. So, the total energy of the electron is equal to its kinetic energy. In the absence of electric field, the free electrons move randomly in between the positive ions. That is, there is no directional motion. As a result, the average velocity in any direction is 0. The average distance travelled by the free electron between two successive collisions with positive ions is called mean free path. In the figure, it is represented as L. In equation, the mean free path is represented by the letter lambda. The average time that elapses between two consecutive collisions of an electron with lattice points is called mean collision time. It is represented by the letter tau. Free electron gas is a physical model assuming a collection of non-interacting electrons in a constant potential well. The figure represents the potential experienced by the electron in free electron model. There is a rectangular potential well where V is the surface potential of the metal. Inside the rectangular potential well, the potential experienced by the electron is 0. Drude made use of kinetic theory of gas to describe the behavior of electron in the crystal lattice. So we can compare the free electron gas with ordinary gas. Free electron gas is charged while ordinary gas are neutral since molecules are neutral. Free electron gas can be considered as a dense plasma. The concentration of electron is in the order of 10 raised to 29 electrons per meter cube. While in ordinary gas, concentration of molecules is of the order of 10 raised to 23 electrons per meter cube. There are two types of interaction and electron experiences within the crystal lattice. One is electron positive ion interaction and the other is electron-electron interaction. According to Drude, these two interactions are assumed to be weak. This is because when an electron passes an ion, its velocity increases rapidly in the ion's neighborhood because of decrease in the potential. In the figure, you can see that the electron ion potential is very low at the positive ion side and is maximum in between the positive ion side. As a result, a very small fraction of time an electron spent near the ion. And this is the reason in Drude model, electron-ion interaction is neglected. There is no satisfactory explanation for electron-electron interaction to be weak in Drude model. After quantum free electron model explains that because of Pauli exclusion principle, electron-electron interaction can be neglected. Even if the spins are anti-parallel, electron tends to move away from each other in order to achieve lowest possible energy. Due to random motion of the electrons in between the positive ions of the crystal lattice, kinetic velocities of the electrons are assumed to have a RMS velocity. We already learned that Drude made use of laws of classical kinetic theory of gases and equipartition of energy to explain the dynamics of conduction electron gas. So according to the laws of classical kinetic theory of gas, for molar volume of the metal, pressure experienced P is equal to 1 by 3 Vm into M into Na into V square RMS, where Na is Avogadro number and Vm is molar volume and M is the mass of the electron. Drude also uses ideal gas equation PVm is equal to RT. By comparing 1 and 2, the root mean square velocity of the electron is equal to root 3 kBT by M, where kB is the Boltzmann constant and T is temperature in absolute scale. At room temperature, the root mean square velocity of the electron is of the order of 10 raised to 5 meter per second. This velocity is also called thermal velocity. You may wonder why conductors get heated up even though the electrons are moving with this amount of velocity. This is because when no potential difference is applied, due to random motion of the electron in all possible directions, their average thermal velocity becomes zero. So the material doesn't get heated up. The time taken by the electron in traversing the distance lambda will be decided by Vrms. So the value of tau, the mean free time, is equal to in the order of 10 raised to minus 14 seconds. When a constant electric field is applied, the electron experiences a force which is equal to EE. The negative sign indicates that the electrons are moving opposite to the direction of the applied field. In the figure, we can see the electrons are achieving directional motion due to the application of electric field. Apart from the force due to the electric field, the electron also experiences a damping force due to the collision of the electron with the rest of the medium, which is equal to alpha into m into v, where v is the velocity of the electron due to the applied electric field. Using Newton's law, m into dv by dt is equal to minus ee minus alpha mv. The negative sign of the damping force indicates that it opposes the directional motion of the electron. When these forces become equal, the acceleration ceases. That is, the condition for steady state solution is dv by dt is equal to 0. By solving the equation, we get Vd is equal to minus ee by alpha m, where Vd is called the drift velocity of the electron due to the application of an electric field. So due to an electric field, in addition to the random motion, electrons are subjected to a very slow directional motion. And this motion is called drift. And the average velocity of this motion is called drift velocity. When the electric field is switched off, due to the collision of the electrons with lattice ions and lattice defect, their velocity will start to decrease. This process is called relaxation. So when field is cut off, the equation of motion becomes m dv by dt is equal to minus alpha m into v. On solving, the inertial constant can be found under the condition when t is equal to 0, v is equal to vd. So v is equal to vd into e raised to minus alpha t. When alpha is equal to 1 by tau, the net directional velocity achieved by the electron becomes 1 by e of the drift velocity. That is, v is equal to vd by e. V represent the net velocity of the electron, which is a superposition of random velocity and drift velocity. So 1 by tau can be defined as the probability of the electron suffering a scattering with positive ion or with a lattice defect per unit time. There is another quantity called relaxation time, which is defined as the time taken by the electron to achieve a directional velocity which is 1 by e of the drift velocity. In terms of relaxation time, drift velocity can be written as minus E by tau m. The drift velocity produced per unit electric field is called carrier mobility, which can be written as minus E by tau m. According to Drude classical theory, the mean collision time and relaxation time are both equal. Current density is defined as the amount of electric charge flowing through unit area in unit time. We know the well-known equation J is equal to minus N into E into Vd. When substituting the value of the drift velocity, J is equal to N E square tau by m into E. J is equal to sigma E, which is a microscopic form of Ohm's law. By comparing these two equations, we get another equation called conductivity, that is equal to N E square tau by m. That is, sigma is proportional to N. N is number of electrons per unit volume. This equation states that the conductivity of a trivalent metal is greater than the conductivity of a divalent metal, which is greater than the conductivity of a monovalent metal. In terms of carrier mobility, sigma is equal to N into E into mu. The electrical resistivity can be written as rho is equal to m divided by N E square tau. Temperature dependence of electrical resistivity. When an electric field is applied, the electron will acquire a drift velocity and the resulting acceleration is E by m. After the collision with the positive ion, the drift velocity of the electron becomes 0. This is because the positive ion has larger mass than the electron. So the time for the next collision is tau, which is equal to lambda divided by Vrms. We already learned that the net velocity of the electron is the superposition of random velocity and drift velocity. Since drift velocity is equal to 0, the net velocity of electron is equal to Vrms. And that's the reason tau is equal to lambda divided by Vrms. Thus, the average drift velocity by the application of the electric field is Vd by 2 is equal to acceleration into time interval. The current density equation J is equal to sigma E. Substitute the value of the drift velocity in current density equation. Using equipartition of energy, substitute the value for Vrms. So the resistivity rho is equal to 2 into root of 3m kBt by Ne square lambda. That is, rho is proportional to root T, where T is the temperature in absolute scale. So, rho is proportional to root T according to Drude-Lorentz theory. But experiments reveals that rho is proportional to T. That means classical theory is failed to explain the phenomena of electrical resistivity. Drude and Lorentz assumed that mean free path is independent of temperature. And this may be the reason why the classical theories failed to explain the phenomena of electrical resistivity. Classical theory assumes that all the free electrons in a metal can absorb thermal energy. According to equipartition of energy, each degrees of freedom has an average thermal energy of half kBt in equilibrium. Since every free electron in a metal has 3 degrees of freedom, the average kinetic energy is 3 by 2 kBt. The energy associated with for 1 mole of a monovalent metal is 3 kBt Na by 2. So, the molar specific heat due to electronic contribution is du by dt is equal to 3 kb Na by 2, which is equal to 3 by 2 R, where R is universal gas constant. Do not let it hold good for all solid, which is 3R at room temperature. Specific capacity of the solid is mainly due to two contributions. One is atomic vibration in the form of phonons and another is electron contribution. The contribution from atomic vibration is significant at room temperature. The contribution from electron is significant at low temperature. So the specific heat of 3 by 2 due to electronic contribution at room temperature is too high comparable to experimental value. In the case of copper, at room temperature, resistivity is of the order of 10 raised to minus 8. And the number of electrons per unit volume, small n, is of the order of 10 raised to 28. By substituting these values, the mean free collision time tau is of the order of 10 raised to minus 14 seconds. By substituting the value of tau, the mean free path lambda is of the order of nanometer. The experimental value is higher than the predictable one. That means Drude theory couldn't explain the phenomenon of collision in metals. Weidmann-Frank's law. This law states that the ratio of thermal conductivity to electrical conductivity at absolute temperature is a constant. The both are transport phenomena. Thermal conductivity is the measure of capacity of a material to conduct heat. Electrical conductivity is a measure of capacity of a material to conduct electricity. By substituting the value of K and sigma, we get a constant which is called Lorentz number, which is equal to 3 by 2 kb by E the whole square. The experimental value of Lorentz number does not agree with the classical theory. Thus, the classical assumption that all the free electrons of a metal participate in thermal conduction is not correct. So let's check the Drude classical theory is right or wrong. De Broglie wavelength of an electron in a crystal lattice is h by p, where p is the momentum of the electron, which is equal to root 2me, where E is the energy of the electron, which is equal to 3 by 2 kBt according to equipartition of energy. So at room temperature, the wavelength associated with the electron is equal to in the order of 10 raised to minus 9 meter. So the condition for using classical statistics is the wavelength associated with the electron is very much shorter than the lambda, the mean free path. But these values are comparable. From this, we can clear that using classical statistics for the electrons cannot be right. we learned that sigma is equal to Ne square tau by m. That is, electrical conductivity is directly proportional to number of free electrons per unit volume. According to this equation, a trivalent metal shows more electrical conductivity than divalent metal. A divalent metal shows more electrical conductivity than monovalent metal. But experiments reveals that monovalent metals like copper and silver show more electrical conductivity values than divalent and trivalent ones. That is, classical free electron theory fails to explain the dependence of conductivity on electron concentration. And we also learned that according to Drude theory, the resistivity is proportional to root T. But experiment value suggests that resistivity is proportional to T, where T is temperature. The specific heat of a metal does not agree with the experimental obtained value. We know that according to Drude theory, the resistivity of a material is proportional to root T. That is, sigma is proportional to 1 by root T. But in the case of pure metal, both sigma and K increases as temperature decreases. The value of Lorentz number according to Drude classical theory is 3 by 2 into Kb by E the whole square. But actual value of Lorentz number is not the same for all the material. This theory also fails to explain ferromagnetism, superconductivity, Compton effect, photoelectric effect and black body radiation. Thank you students for your kind attention. I think I have go through all the important aspects of classical free electron theory. If you have any doubt, please do not hesitate to ask. Please post on the group. Thank you all and all the best for your exams.